Dean here, folks. Let me ask you something. What happens when nostalgia meets cutting-edge emulation? You get the Retroid Pocket Flip 2, a clamshell-style handheld that flirts with retro gaming, dates it seriously, and still makes room for modern heavyweights like Xbox and PS3. With its dual OS system, active cooling, and sleek AMOLED display, this thing is a portable powerhouse. So if you're deep into PS2 classics or streaming Gunfire Reborn via GeForce Now, this is where versatility lives. Like handhelds? Love retro gaming? Then flip that like button, subscribe for more retro magic, and comment your all-time fave emulated game below. Dual operating systems, power to the player. The Retroid Pocket Flip 2 comes out swinging with not one but two full-fledged operating systems, Android and Rocknix OS. Think of Android as your modern launcher playground, perfect for organizing mobile apps, running modern Android games, and accessing platforms like GeForce Now. It comes preloaded with the updated Retroid launcher, but you can always swap it for something sleeker like Dig or Pegasus. Meanwhile, Rocknix OS is the real MVP for emulation purists. Tailored from the ground up to boot directly from an SD card, Rocknix turns this pocket-sized device into a retro gaming time machine. I mean, it's built for speed and simplicity, minimizing distractions and optimizing performance for emulators like XEMU, RPCS3, and Dolphin. The seamless transition between OSs gives users ultimate flexibility without having to nuke their internal storage, perfect for those who like to compartmentalize their gaming adventures. And yes, the ability to boot Rocknix externally is just chef's kiss for tinkerers and dual boot lovers. Hardware brains, Snapdragon-powered muscle. Under the matte plastic hood, the Flip 2 packs some serious horsepower. The Snapdragon 865 might not be the newest kid on the block, but it's more than capable for any emulator thrown its way. From buttery smooth PSP games to respectable PS3 and Xbox titles. That 8-core CPU configuration, 1X-A77 at 2.8 GHz. 3X-A77 at 2.4 GHz and 4X-A55 at 1.8 GHz, paired with the Adreno 650 GPU, ensures punchy frame rates and visual fidelity. It's backed by 8 GB of LPDDR4X RAM running at 2133 MHz, so multitasking between RetroArch, YouTube tutorials, and settings tweaks is snappy and fluid. Heat? What heat? The active cooling system works wonders, keeping thermals in check even during demanding sessions of burnout revenge. In fact, the fan can be set to smart mode and forgotten, unless you're overclocking or pushing Vulkan shaders. When you add the 5.5-inch AMOLED screen into the equation, it's basically a portable emulation dream rig in your pocket. Display: AMOLED that shines like the past never did. The Flip 2 sports a 5.5-inch AMOLED panel, and it's a feast for your eyeballs. Blacks are inky, colors pop without being oversaturated, and the brightness is shockingly strong for outdoor play. Compared to competitors like Anbernic's RG405M or even Retroid's own earlier Flip, this display is leagues ahead. Stubbs noticed it might lean a touch less red than the RP5, but that's nitpicking. There's enough space around the display for a screen protector too, and the response time makes fast-paced games like Mega Man Maverick Hunter X or Call of Duty Warzone a joy to play. But then again, it won't be 120 Hz, but when you're emulating 30 to 60 FPS games, the vibrancy and contrast more than make up for it. Design and ergonomics, pocketable nostalgia. Say hello to the flip phone energy you didn't know you missed. The clamshell design here is practically genius. It protects the screen, fits in your bag or roomy pocket, and just feels satisfying to open like you're about to drop a call in 2004. The matte plastic shell is sleek, fingerprint resistant, and surprisingly robust. Unlike earlier models or cheaper clamshells, this one shows no flex, even under stress. The hinge? Smooth like butter and strong like Goku on leg day. It even opens a full 180 degrees, offering versatility during gameplay or media viewing. The D-pad is lifted straight from the RP5, praise be. The face buttons are slightly lower profile and quieter, and the analog sticks have enough travel and resistance to feel console grade. The only gripe? The A button might need remapping if you're using it heavily with the left stick, but overall this layout is ergonomic bliss, perfect for extended handheld marathons. Emulation excellence, Xbox, PS3, and beyond. Now this is where the Flip 2 really flexes its silicon muscles. Thanks to its Snapdragon-865 and ROCNIX OS combo, emulators like Zemu, RPCS3, Ether SX2, Dolphin, and PPSSPP run like they were born here. Xbox emulation using Zemu is surprisingly good. Stubbs showcased multiple titles hitting playable frame rates, even with some shaders enabled. PS3 emulation through RPCS3 is more of a mixed bag. Simpler games like Mega Man or older anime titles run smoothly, while AAA juggernauts like Red Dead Redemption will give you stutters unless you're a wizard at tweaking. PS2 and Wii titles are generally excellent across the board, and GameCube runs like butter on toast. Even Dreamcast titles shine with Flycast. And yes, it can run some Nintendo Switch games too, though expect to stay within the limits of 2D indies and smaller 3D games. For anyone wanting a single device that spans NES to PS3, this is as close as it gets without carrying a gaming laptop. Customization heaven. Tailor every pixel. You want control? You got it. Flip 2 users can tweak CPU governors, fan speeds, and GPU settings like they're modding a desktop rig. If you want to preserve battery or crank frames, there's a slider for that. In ROCNIX OS, emulation station-style front-ends can be customized with themes, metadata scraping, and button mapping, allowing you to create a visually satisfying and practical launcher. Android users can install Tasker for profiles that auto-adjust brightness, overclock, or change fan curves depending on the game. It's a tinkerer's dream and a plug-and-play user's dependable fallback. And since you can run ROCNIX entirely off a microSD, there's zero risk in experimenting. Want to build a Linux-only EMU station? Done. Want to keep Android pristine for YouTube and Play Store games? No problem. It's that flexible. Networking and multiplayer, friends don't let friends game alone. Multiplayer isn't dead on handhelds, it just got nerdier. Flip 2 supports multiplayer across several emulators via networking. You can link up on the same Wi-Fi or even play over VPNs using Parsec or Moonlight with low latency. Stubbs mentioned testing local multiplayer in Zemu. Needed some elbow grease during setup, the end result was a stable and nostalgic split-screen showdown. With Bluetooth 5.0 and USB-C, you can even plug in external controllers or sync up with wireless ones for couch co-op. It adds a layer of fun rarely seen in modern handheld emulation, giving LAN party vibes in the palm of your hands. Battery life. Marathon ready with smart charging. The 5000 mAh battery in the Flip 2 is no joke. It delivers anywhere from 5 to 8 hours depending on your loadout. Less if you're pushing RPCS3 at full tilt, more if you're cruising through GBA classics. USB-C fast charging means you're back to full in under 2 hours, and standby mode is super efficient. Close the lid, it sleeps. Open the lid, it wakes. It's the kind of power efficiency you'd expect from something that wants to be your daily gaming driver, and since the fan doesn't run non-stop, you're not trading battery life for thermals, it's well balanced. Software experience. Smooth, smart, and surprisingly polished. Out of the box, the Flip 2 boots to a fresh and user-friendly version of the Retroid launcher. It's minimal, responsive, and customizable. There are no bloatware apps trying to nudge you into ad-heavy zones, and updates from Retroid have been steady and community-driven. Auto-rotate is enabled by default. Yeah, weird, but easy to fix. The fan settings offer smart, quiet, and full-speed modes, and the performance toggle helps keep things stable depending on what you're running. For Android games, the compatibility is great. Call of Duty, Dead Cells, and even Genshin Impact are all fair game. And let's not forget, this thing runs cloud gaming like GeForce Now, Xbox Cloud, and even Steam Link with ease. Price and value worth every pixel. At $229, the Flip 2 undercuts many of its competitors while offering better specs and versatility. The Snapdragon variant outperforms most MediaTek-based handhelds, and even its own sibling, the Dimensity 1100 model, offers great value for those prioritizing 2D or PS2 era games. When compared to devices like the GPD XD Plus or ANAO's entry-level models, this is a steal. The build quality, display, and cooling system alone justify the price, and with pre-order bundles offering $10 to $30 discounts, it's hard not to jump in. It hits the sweet spot for gamers who want both nostalgia and raw power, with just enough quirks to make it endearing, not frustrating. If you've ever dreamed of a pocketable powerhouse with a flip, now's the time to grab it. Like this review, hit that like button, drop your favorite emulated console in the comments, and subscribe for more handheld deep dives. Flip out with us again soon.